Give me one mic, everybody's got excuses, but you got one life to live, one life to give, one moment, one opportunity, boy, that's it, and it's all said and done, when the going gets tough, and the tough gets going, you just go ahead and run, cause opinions are like assholes, everybody has one, they're being constructive, or they jealous of the outcome, it's not about the times you fail, it's about the times you got up. And I don't even care what the fuck your excuses is. Fact is, you just playing the cards of foolishness. What you think I'm dubious, you gotta get up, get going and just move on. Don't look towards the past, you gotta groove on. You procrastinating now, you gotta get that motivation. I already created a track called Inspiration. Gotta get up, get going and get fucking hype. Go.
Welcome, everybody, to Wrestling Talk Now. It is WTN Rundown, where we are, guess what? Gonna run it down for you. The wrestling week, or this week in wrestling. And it should be a good one. But, of course, I am not alone. I am with my amigos. I am with my hermanos. I am with my co-hosts. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the crazy one, Kid Crazy. How goes it, good sir?
I'm doing really good, really good. Long week. Interesting wrestling week, if not to say the least. So, should be fun.
That's fair. Should be a good time. And, of course, we also got Mr. Bigred, Big Red. How goes it?
It's going good, guys. Grand Slam was amazing. Raw was meh. Smackdown was okay. I'm ready to talk. Let's talk about it, guys.
Let's talk about it indeed. As we always usually do, we always go for the news of what really kind of was the biggest news. And I guess kind of right now, biggest news is Paige has returned. And she has returned to, debuted in AEW. She did debut last night at Dynamite, coming out to help out. Coming out to help out
Ember Moon.
Ember Moon. Well, I was thinking of her, Athena. And of course, Tony Storm.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Tony Storm to go up against, of course, be a Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and her crew. So that was pretty fun, pretty interesting. And then we also saw Jamie Hayter also stick with DMD. So they're good now, but Paige is in, or should we say Saraya is now All Elite. The picture is there. It is official. And I guess she's able to wrestle. I've heard, she wasn't able to for a while, and then I wasn't sure if she got the actual okay from her doctors, but if anything, we're definitely going to see her in some managerial roles for now until I guess we see what's up and she's in a wrestling match.
What I read and heard is that her contract was over with WWE, and then when Triple H got the creative, he wanted to get her back, but it was really too late. So
she already had agreed to a gentleman's agreement with Tony.
Yeah, and technically she could pick up weights now than before she couldn't. So it looks like she could take weight on her neck and stuff. So, well, we shall see.
Because it looked like yesterday, it looked like her in the ring saying, "This is," pointing inside the ring saying, "This is my house."
Yeah.
So it looked like like she was gonna, or at least have the intention to wrestle again. Right. Maybe she's not fully cleared yet, but. Because usually when you say inside the ring is my house, that's because you're stating your greatness inside the ring. So yes, prominence, exactly.
And that's a big move for the women for All Elite. I think it's going to bring more eyes to the product.
There's a lot of good women wrestlers in AEW, but they don't have a lot of good mic skills. Women wrestlers other than Britt. Britt is obviously good.
Right.
But all the other ones, Serena Deeb, Thunder Rosa, Tony Storm, maybe a bit, but not, I don't know. Sometimes she's good. Sometimes she's not.
Well, Athena's not that bad.
Yeah. Athena's not that bad.
Yeah, but she's,
if she keeps it short.
Yeah,
if she keeps it short, it's not too bad. So I think Saraya can bring in that part of the psychology and storytelling in wrestling that can help that women's division. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fair. Yeah, and I'm just kind of, I mean, was a surprise too. I think there was something that when she was at one of the Comic-Cons, someone had asked her, and she said, kind of like, "Oh, I don't know. We'll see kind of what happens. I like AEW," but obviously she didn't mention anything there, and it was a surprise. It was certainly a surprise. Technically, it got ruined because my friend's feed was a little bit faster, and he yelled out Paige, and I was like, "What do you mean? That's Jamie Hayter." He's like, "Oh fuck." I'm like, "What?" So it kind of got ruined, but still pretty cool. Still pretty.
Yeah,
cool
I wasn't expecting. I was maybe thinking that one day she was gonna come, but I definitely didn't expect her to come yesterday. It was definitely a surprise and a good one at that.
Yeah, she's definitely not Veer. She comes right away.
Yes, not coming soon.
not coming soon. I'm here, damn it. This is my house.
Maybe the CM Punk news. Well, because Wade Keller from PW Torch reported this that he's got word or heard that they're going to buy out CM Punk's contract. So basically, they're going to come and pay him to, I guess, cancel the contract would be the right word. Yeah, cancel the contract. But so far, it only buyout. Like if anybody knows sports contracts, usually they buy out your contract, they pay you, and then you stay home or until. But you become a free agent, whatever. But I don't think CM Punk will be going anywhere. But so far, it's only Wade Keller from PW Torch that's reporting this. None of the other wrestling journalists have come out yet and confirmed or denied this. But interesting for a 1-year run, basically to the day almost. CM Punk might have seen the last of him in AEW.
Well,
and you know what? I'm done. I'm good. I think a year of Punk was enough. I did certainly enjoy his promos. The year of Punk was great. Yeah. He did a lot of good things for AEW. Yep. Obviously, him and MJF, spectacular storyline there. Great promos with Eddie Kingston. He did good. But honestly, I'm done with all this bullshit between all the drama afterwards. Between all the drama afterwards. I'm just kind of fed up, whether it's, EVP's fault or CM Punk's fault. At the end of the day, if you're going to choose, obviously CM Punk is going to be the one to get going. We haven't heard this much drama before Punk. So I imagine Punk is the rightful...
He's the queen bee.
Anyways, he's the queen bee of the he's the catalyst that kind of stirred this whole pot in that regard. So I'm kind of done, and honestly, I'm sick and tired of reading reports about what someone might have said, what this like Wade Keller. Well, how much is Wade? I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, I'm just waiting for what AEW says, what Tony Khan says, what they're going to end up doing, and that is it. I'm just kind of over it. I'm kind of over, I'm not, if I was, a 16-year-old kid in high school, sure, I'd want the drama, give me more, but I'm done. I just don't care anymore.
And like we said last week, I don't think it's going to affect the product or the ratings that much. From what we've seen in the last few weeks without him, I don't think it's going to affect. And if you have a happy work environment, the product's also going to be better because people are actually enjoying going to work. Mm-hmm. So the storylines, the promos, everything is going to be more better because they're actually enjoying themselves at work. And it felt like a few times where people weren't having as much fun no more, and it was kind of like schoolyard tactics and indirects and. It's fun a bit when you're not you blur. They say it's when you blur the lines of reality, right? It's sometimes it's the best wrestling, but when you don't know if they're being actual dicks or just part of the storyline, and then you lose the locker room, then it's downhill from there, and you had to do something. And if that means CM Punk is gone, then CM Punk is gone. Look at it as a year, like JLB said, of some good matches, some great promos. People got to see what they were waiting for years in the return of CM Punk. So, and that's it. Now it's time to move on and give us back that feeling that we had before Punk was coming, before Punk came, which is that that real AEW style, or style of production and wrestling and everything. That's what made it grow so fast and so in 2 years. And that's it. Get back to that, and we're over the drama queen. So I completely agree with you.
But I think we got what we loved about AEW last night. Like from the beginning to the end, I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed everything. Like, I'm surprised, to be honest with you guys, that Jericho won. Very surprised. But
I think everyone kind of is, yeah.
But I think they made him win because since he's a bigger name, it could help Ring of Honor get a television deal or something. That's all I could see.
That could be possible, yes. That could be possible. They did it with AEW, right? They gave it to him to give them legitimacy. ROH doesn't need as much of that legitimacy because they've been around longer. But I guess, yes, when you're selling a TV show, and you have one of the goats as your champion, it might help. It might help sign the deal. Yeah,
he's the Flair of our era.
Definitely.
Wow. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm okay with that. And I also think Jericho, maybe this will prepare the rubber match between Jericho and Brian Danielson.
Garcia.
For a rematch, because they have one victory each, so against each other. So that might be a good idea, and bring the American Dragon, get his original world title back.
And I see Garcia helping Daniel.
That's why I kind of thought it was Garcia. It was going to be Jericho Garcia, and Daniel Bryan helps out Garcia win, and he's going to be like the new face. He's going to be like the new Daniel Bryan of ROH.
But that would work. But Garcia is the pure champion right now.
This is true.
Yeah.
Unless he's a double champion, that could also be. That also could happen.
Maybe down the line it could.
Maybe down the line, yeah.
No, give him a good run as pure. Give him some really good technical wrestling matches against top technical wrestlers. Build his brand of being that technical master. And I'm sure down the line it could well happen. It would be well deserved if everything goes good in the next few months. I would be okay with that.
Yeah, and there was a lot of changes too. We also had, obviously, Jericho probably being the biggest shocker, but we also had
the Acclaimed,
and then of course the Acclaimed, which is not much of a shocker. Wasn't as good as the actual match. That's it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Which wasn't that big of a shock. Wasn't as good as their all-out match, but it was still fun. I don't get why Caster had to hurt his knee and have an injury to make that kind of work. But a lot of cheating in on this Dynamite. A lot of cheating. We had Jericho do the low blow. We had the Acclaimed also cheat with Billy Daddy Ass giving the Famouser. We also had, I think, Pac using the belt on, or someone either Pac used the belt or Orange Cassidy used the belt.
The hammer.
And then
it was the hammer.
Or something, yeah. It was the hammer.
Yeah, the belt.
I don't think there was anything in the women's match. And then the main event was fine. But the first three matches, all cheating. And I'm like, okay, that's very interesting.
The heels coming out on top, other than the Acclaimed, I guess. But if they cheated, I know they like to ride that line between heel and face. But I would say the Acclaimed are faces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. especially with the reaction they get. Yeah.
They're white hot.
What? They're white
Isn't it
hot?
the red hot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
red hot.
There's also white hot.
Oh, I never.
There's no white hot. I don't think there's a red hot.
Google it.
Just is like, nah, I'm not gonna let this one pass.
Nah, there's no white hot.
Google it, my friend.
I will.
They're white.
There's no white hot. They're red hot, not white hot.
Tell you.
White Hot: The Rise and Fall of Acromy. Okay, that's a movie. That doesn't count though.
He's just white hot.
What is White Hot?
It's
all the
really,
cool
really,
kids were wearing it. This documentary explores. Okay, that's
it's
same movie.
When they're really, really, really hot. They're so white hot.
Oh, it's White Hot. Okay, maybe fine. Maybe I'm not hip enough. Excuse me.
We'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Sorry. Too cool for school over here. Je m'excuse.
The viewers,
Désolé.
Comment, please.
Disculpe.
Well, we learn something new every day, right? And today we learned the word of the day is white hot.
You never heard of this?
No. Clearly, I don't. I don't get everything right when it's white hot. I tend to maybe let it simmer down a bit. So that's on me.
Me and
it's a definition. Wait.
Oh, here we go.
Extremely hot. It means extremely hot.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair enough. It's white hot. I don't know. I'm just. I just go.
I'm that cool, dude.
Let's change subjects quick before it goes to his head.
So yeah, since we're talking about Dynamite, we might as well. I was talking with Big Red before off air. We noticed the finish was kind of pushed. No, for the main event, don't you find, Justin? Yeah. It felt a bit pushed there.
Quick
push. Well, I mean, they were almost out of time, man. I know they said they were waiting, kind of thing. I think that's really what it was. I don't think Tony Khan wanted to go too much.
Could it be the segment with Paige with the Saraya there she went on a bit too long there, and that's why they had to because the crowd was hot. Possible. The crowd was definitely hot, and they felt like she was in the ring there for an eternity, telling the girls, "Oh, it's my house."
Oh, my house, yeah.
Yeah,
could have maybe cut a few minutes off that there.
Yeah,
because my PVR stopped as soon as the bell rang.
Oh, the show ended right away.
You always got to let it go 5 minutes later, man. You never know.
Yeah, I know. No,
you're
right.
One job.
Yeah,
but
usually there's no. They look at each other or there's some type of finish. But if they go off the air right away after the bell, then yeah, they were out of time.
Because
I got to tell you, I go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you look on our social media, we see Daniel putting the belt on Marx. I didn't see that part on my side.
That was after it went off the air, right?
Yeah. So.
Well, not after it went off the air. It's after his PVR stopped recording because if he got 5 minutes later.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I understand. Yeah.
But it's just really funny to me how you're passed out, but then I don't know, like 2 minutes later, you just get up and here's the belt. Yeah. I'm like, Daniel Bryan, I thought you were passed out. I thought you were,
you passed out quickly.
You were done. Passed out quickly and you get up. I'm like, shit, couldn't have been that knocked out then. But I'll let it slide. I was really wondering what they were going to do. I originally had thought.
I
hear that
shit is real.
Pop in the world.
See, this guy's white hot. See, he's white hot.
Oh, Jesus.
What up, Jeff?
What's going on, guys? Sorry I'm late.
Oh, no problem.
You're never late, Jeff.
No problem.
Fashionably late. Oh, it's all good.
Yeah,
work. You wouldn't be white hot, as the cool kids say, or Jonathan says. Do you know this expression, white hot?
Yes.
See?
No, he just made Jonathan's day there.
Oh wait, hold on. There's a phrase that you're not aware of. Jeez, what a shocker there!
Zing!
Jesus,
that's fair.
So yeah, I heard you guys talking about the just before I logged on. You're talking about the main event from last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Bryan Danielson versus Mox. It felt a bit rushed there at the end. They rushed it to have the finish on TV.
wasn't it shown? Wasn't it shown on TV that he puts the belt on him?
No.
Well,
to me, I didn't.
Well, because his PVR stopped exactly
I
at
think
10.
it was.
Yeah, because I think I was watching it live, and I could have sworn I saw it. Maybe shortly after they were putting the belt on him, it went off. It went off. So, yeah.
So it actually went on past 10 o'clock then?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Okay.
It was like a minute or two or something. Nothing crazy.
No, but with TBS and TNT, sometimes that happens. It wouldn't be the first time.
Right.
That's true. That's very true.
So sometimes I put on at 8 o'clock, and the credits of the movie before are still giving. So
yeah.
But yeah, I feel like we missed out on something because it was it felt rushed there at the end. Because what did it go? I don't think it went 20 minutes. I think it went like something closer to 15. I wasn't looking at my my watch there. I don't know.
Well, I think it started at like 44 or 43 or something.
Really?
So
that,
it literally
that,
went
that
like
late?
a good 15. It was that late. I think something messed up. Either Paige's debut, she took too long in the ring, or I don't know, something else was just a bit longer. Because I was like, okay, I was just thinking, okay, they're just gonna go over then, because they had announced we're gonna stay with you until it's over. So I was like, oh, okay. So Tony bought a little bit of time, and then hopefully maybe we'll see an MJF cash in or something like that. And but no, we just saw Mox win.
Well, the cash in I would have not expected to happen on TV. I think I was going to leave that for pay-per-view. So.
But I didn't know that they use the chip like Money in the Bank. That's new, right?
Well, I don't know, because that wrestling dude from New York had both of them on, MJF and Tony Khan, and they both were kind of contradicting. So MJF has to notify Tony Khan that he's going to cash it in, but then MJF had also mentioned that he can do it anytime to the host of the show. But Khan was also kind of mentioning that it has to be announced. Or he didn't really say announced, but a lot of people took it as it has to be like an announcement for another time. Like he can't just go into the match like that. So I don't know, but a lot of people are still thinking it's Money in the Bank. I've had someone in the morning tell me, oh, it's just like Money in the Bank. And then I had someone in the afternoon, oh, it's nothing like Money in the Bank. And I'm like, okay, there's clearly a broken line of communication here somewhere. So
basically, it's like when they started doing Money in the Bank, when Vince McMahon came out and he announced that Edge was gonna
win. Was gonna cash it in. Yeah,
was gonna cash it in.
Yeah.
So it's
because tomorrow we have a battle royal for a number one for a shot at the title also.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
So,
yeah.
Tomorrow on Rampage. It's a 2-hour Rampage, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, 2 hours. Yeah.
So, they're having a battle royal with some big names there, and the winner gets the title shot. So that's the number one contender that you announce when he's gonna get his title shot. So that's why the chip should be a bit different there. It doesn't. That's what something that WWE is good at. Well, not all the time, obviously, but it's to explain stuff like this. And that's where AEW sometimes misses the boat there, is to explain or Excalibur's the perfect person to do this, to explain exactly what are the rules and how MJF can use the chip.
Well, isn't it only that it's a title shot for a later date? It doesn't specify, because as far as from what I've always remembered, there was even when Scorpio Sky won the first one, it was at the end, like a title shot at a later date. It wasn't necessarily specified when or where. Like this number one contendership, okay, that who knows when they would put on the match itself. But as far as
go ahead. Finish.
As far as what MJF says, I mean, every time he does an interview, it's a work. Right. So he's never. Whereas a lot of wrestling guys who do interviews, they're more themselves. Like he seems like he's always in character every time he does an interview.
He's committed to that,
yeah.
So
he's committed.
But does he have the chip for like a year?
I think until he cashes it in. I don't think there's a time limit on it.
This is more
There wasn't
complicated, man.
again. Well, listen, it's first of all, it's only 3 years, and I think they only started this the second year with the chip, so it's relatively new across the board. But and the problem is we haven't seen anyone keep it for longer than a year, anyways, right? So
No, not even.
there's no telling that exactly. So there's no telling that there is a limit to it. They definitely didn't explain it because they didn't need to. It was always generally cashed in. I don't know, 6 months down the line,
So
or whatever.
The way I see it, then, could be if there's a battle royal or whatever you want to call it. My guess is gonna be someone from the firm who's gonna win it, and it's gonna help MJF.
Or you could set up, a 3-way at a pay-per-view.
Right.
Yeah. Or I mean, MJF doesn't have to cash it at all this year. Well, what if he waits? He could wait till Full Gear. He can wait till Revolution. He can wait till, he can keep it. He can kind of keep it for a while. He can wait till next year's All Out kind of thing, because MJF could kind of do that with his petty heelness, right?
But that's
I'm gonna do it, So, and it would kind of work because at the end of the day, MJF doesn't necessarily really need the title for people to be watching him. You know what I mean? So he can always, he might end up being good as the chaser and as the chip holder for that. Him actually getting the title, I don't know how much value it would bring to him.
He doesn't need the title, but it would help him more than without it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's only a promo guy for me. His wrestling has gotten better, but at the end of the day, MJF in a match, I'm more interested. I did like the CM Punk match, but I think that was more because of how the story was and how the story was built. He's getting better, but would I want to see, I don't know, would I want to see a Chris Jericho match with the title against, I don't know, pick your opponent. I'm not going to choose Daniel Bryan because that's a bit, everyone wants to see Daniel Bryan. But yeah,
I don't see the Moxley MGF match going to be a 5-star match anyway.
Again, it could be depending on the storyline. I think MJF is really good at making a storyline move forward. And so he does enough in the ring to help out with the build of everything he's done from the storyline. So it worked. And it worked with CM Punk perfectly. That match with CM Punk was a pretty good match. And, MJ, what was that match he had? Was that before he faced CM Punk, there was also a pretty decent, he was like the first match of the night and then ended up being perfect. I think against Darby Allin.
Yes. It was actually a very good technical match, actually.
Yeah.
It was wasn't it Eclipse with Brett?
I think they had exactly. They had copied some old school match and whatever. That's fine.
We spoke about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so if I get more of that MJF,
I agree.
In a ring, give him the championship. People are going to want to see those matches and so on.
You're not going to get that. You're not going to get that with Moxley.
Well, you could get that with Moxley. Don't discredit Moxley. Moxley in New Japan was
Moxley's just the third member of the Shield. That to me.
Oh Jesus. Here we go. But no, I mean, listen, I get not a lot of people like Moxley and whatever.
The Death Rider can wrestle.
The Death Rider can wrestle though, if really needs to. Like if you watch his Bloodsport match too, and I know Bloodsport is a bit different. He did pretty good. Like the guy has technical ability. It's just a lot of the times he goes apeshit and does whatever he wants.
He's more of a brawler. So but it's still technically good itself.
I'm not saying he can't wrestle. I think it's just because I don't like his gimmick and I just push shit on it.
Okay, no, that's fair. He's a lunatic. It is what it is.
He could wrestle. Yes, I agree.
About MJF, I feel like they want to put the belt on him though.
Yeah,
I feel like the goal here is to put the belt on him as soon as possible, and I think MJF has reached a certain amount of heat that he gets that it'll be very hard to get more heat other than screwing people over for shots at the title.
We hate to love him.
Meaning, give me like MJF versus.
You mean we love to hate him?
Yeah,
that's what I meant. Thank you.
Quote there.
Thank you. That's what I was like.
I think like if you give me
white hot.
I think if you give me MJF versus Brian Danielson, let's say and MJF screws over Brian Danielson for the pin, I think that creates even more heat on MJF. Because people then will be pissed. You didn't give it to Daniel Bryanson. You cheated him out of a title run, and I think that's where we're at with MJF. That it's very hard to. Yes, he's always going to get the boos and the reactions from the crowd, but I mean the real heel heat. I think he's at the maximum now, and the only way to go get more of that heat and like really continue on his heel run would be with a title and just keep on screwing everybody over.
If he would have stayed with that angry side of him, then that heat would have, because now it just seems like it's the same old MGF that was there not that long ago. Mm-hmm. But if he would have had that same anger he was like when he cut the promo before he left, when he came back, with the devil mask that he had. But it seems like even the promo he cut after the week after he won the chip, it just seemed like it was the same old MGF, which is not bad.
But I mean, coming back from hiatus, I think he should have kept up that like really pissed off and hey, I'm here to prove a point. Where it's back to his usual, arrogant way. That's the way.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think, that the belt, having the belt there, he can get back to that storyline of teasing AEW, saying I'm going to leave. I'm keeping her. I'm going to go to. I'm gonna go to Connecticut with this belt. I think he could like make the heel run even more detestable than it is now. So I think that's what they're looking towards. I agree that once he's won the belt and he had a long run or had a decent run, I think that at that point then MJF doesn't need the belt no more. But I think
that's why I think it's only going to be at the end of 2023. Because then you can have the storyline of the bidding war of 2024 bullshit, whether that's a work or whatever, and him and Tony have already talked about it, whatever have you. Then you can kind of also build off that. Where is MJF going to go? Blah, 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 blah. While he has the title, and that's going to make it a more interesting storyline.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put the belt on him if he doesn't have any intentions of re-signing. It depends. We don't know what the conversations were backstage.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, if there was a conversation where it's like, okay, you're on your same current deal, yes, we'll pay you more money, but if you're not committed to signing a long-term deal, then what's he going to be champion for? A few months? If you were to put the belt on him right now, so I think it's more to see if he does re-sign, at least to see where his title run can go.
I agree that it would be a risk, definitely. You're building a legend. Basically, you're making this guy into a legend when he might leave you in a year. Yeah. So I definitely agree with that. That they would have to agree to an extension one way or another if you're gonna have a long run. But I think story wise, I think you could definitely use this till 24.
Yeah.
When him having a belt, having a long run, saying, okay, we need that crazy big savior hero babyface come and take the belt away from MJF so he doesn't go to WWE with the belt type of thing,
But they don't have a big babyface.
Yeah, Brian Danielson.
Yeah.
He's your ultimate, and he can easily take it. Yeah, ultimate babyface. But also too, it could be sooner rather than later because Tony Khan might have been like, okay, I'm going to give you all this money, but I'm going to give you the championship, and I'm going to see if you're worth this money that I'm giving you, and we're going to see what you can draw. Are you going to keep the numbers the same? Is it going to go higher? Will my pay-per-view buys be the same with you, the champion? You want this money now? Sure, but now you're legit going to have to prove yourself. Mm-hmm. You don't want that beforehand? All right, no problem. Well, now added pressure is on you. Here's more money. STFU. Let's see what you can do. Let's go.
Now show me if you deserve that money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very rare that you make a good point, Justin. I'm happy.
I have my
Very good,
moments.
very
I have my moments. Thank you.
Which is still not white hot.
No,
No, but he said that's exactly what I was going to say too. It's true because you don't know how the title run's going to go.
Mhm.
You know, because then after it's like if you're going to put him on, you put him on right now, and it doesn't work. If you know the rating starts flat, you're not going to have him champion for a year or 6-7 months. It's
right.
you know then he doesn't really have that much of his quote unquote bargaining chip like he said on the Ariel Helwani show, where he dropped the line of a bargaining chip. You know, like as far as when to renew his contract. So that's why I think it's to see how good he could carry it. Also, too, how he's booked, how he's pushed too. I mean, he can only do so much. But if the company's not going to be behind him, then it's a failed title run.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah,
Totally
I agree with that.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Pac versus Orange Cassidy? Very good match, no?
I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the second time they do it in AEW. Could it be? Like
Third. It's a
I have a
third.
memory. Third? Okay.
Yeah, they had a feud, didn't they, a while back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's why I had memories of that match. Yeah, they have good chemistry together. It works. It works good.
They really do. Yeah.
I see that match happen again soon, and Orange wins.
Winning. Yeah.
The All Atlantic. Yeah.
He needs a run with the belt because he's over. He's continuously getting over more and more. So he needs a run with something much like Darby. I mean, yeah, Darby was TNT champion, but it feels like it was very short lived.
Ages ago, and ages ago too. Yeah.
I would like to see what Cassidy can do on an international run. You know. Defending the belt.
Yeah, that's it. And I think that's kind of his best title to get because he was popular through the indie shows and all that. So if you just get him going all across wherever to indie shows, all the fans are still going to love him. They're going to know who he is. It's still going to promote AE dubs and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, I think, I don't know. And it's going to continue, right?
Jay, you're on a roll.
The hammer. Pac used the hammer. I have my moments. Pac used the hammer and all that. So I think Cassidy's going to be like, hey, that was unfair. I want another title shot. Whatever. Maybe it's going to happen at Full Gear, maybe. And then there you have it. I think that's where Cassidy wins. And I don't know, get Pac to maybe go after the... Isn't he... He's also a trios champion too.
No, they're
anyway.
trios. I think they would concentrate on that. Yeah.
So they can just concentrate on that. And we didn't even see a trios match yesterday. Granted, we saw a whole bunch of titles, but
there's
that wasn't one of them.
There's not one on Rampage?
I don't think so.
I'm not 100%.
I'll check.
Sure.
A title match on Rampage? Isn't Jade the
trios?
No,
the trios.
Oh, trios. Okay.
I don't think so. I'll check, but...
Make it quick.
Look... I know I'm going to get heat for this, but...
what kind of heat?
What kind of heat? White heat? Red heat?
They have to do something with Warlow on that TNT title.
Yeah.
Because I really don't care about no more. Either I don't care about the title anymore, and I don't care about Warlow.
Well,
it's the way he's being pushed, though. That's the problem. It's always this powerbomb bullshit. You know, like
I think the problem is that they did the same thing with the Goldberg, is that they put it so long that the 2-minute matches that they can't come back to the point of give me a regular match like he had with the Cody.
Well, I do like the tag team that they're doing with Samoa Joe and Wardlow at Rampage. I'm excited to kind of see that. I want to see where.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's a future Wardlow versus Joe.
Samoa Joe, which I'm kind of down for. That would kind of be good for Wardlow.
And I'm always down for heel Joe.
Definitely help him out.
That's something. Okay. Now you're talking.
I'm always down for heel Joe because that's what we saw on Rampage, right? Yeah.
With Goldberg, it was different because it was something new. You didn't have a guy that got like a mega push like that that just took off. Like, but it's just that it just died down so fast. Whereas like now he's getting that Goldberg push, and it doesn't seem like he has that same kind of reaction from the crowd the way Goldberg did.
He's a chaser, basically.
Justin very studiously staring at his phone and playing with his hair.
Well, I'm just looking at all the fucking spoilers here for fucking Rampage, and it's.
Well, I don't know.
pissing me off.
I don't know if you noticed, but we're doing a show, so there's a lot of dead air going on.
I'm
so-
aware. I am trying to. Yeah, so no trios match there either.
And FTR is having a feud with the
Yeah,
Guns.
that's what I didn't. What was
Yeah,
that segment
boys.
all about? The Gun Club and
that's sad.
and FTR. It seems like
FTR's doing
FTR is
what
not.
feud with who?
Well, they had a segment on
Gun
after
Boys.
after the tag team match with the Ass Boys, Ass Club or
Yeah.
Gun Club,
Gun
and
Club.
FTR. Yeah. So it seems like we're
Oh.
gonna get a Gun Club feud with FTR.
I'm sorry, but that's bad. That's
But that could be just a squash, anyways. It doesn't have to really be anything serious because at the end of the day, they're holding 3 belts. So it's you're limited on the tag team. It's also a way to kind of get Ass Boys over.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
And they're a part of the firm, which is a new faction.
That's true.
So it's like,
They want to give it credibility.
yeah. I mean,
Is
how
it
many
for the titles?
Well, but I don't think there's been
is
a
it-
match. I don't think there's a match that's
Oh.
been announced. It was more just like a
Oh, okay.
backstage.
But just a little
yeah.
promo.
interaction, yeah.
Oh, okay,
I think it's a decent way to get them over in that new faction because it
Yeah.
works for the Ass Boys and for the faction itself.
Yeah, if they put out a 20-minute banger against FTR, I think that could help both the Ass Boys and that faction. Yeah, the firm. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I don't. It seems weird because we haven't really seen the Gun Club like in classic matches. So it feels like kind of don't put FTR in this comedy stuff. But since they did join the firm, and they seem like they want to go more in the serious realm, then I think to put them over, and it would be FTR is the perfect guys, perfect workers for that in the ring.
Yeah, and it would probably be for the Ring of Honor tag titles. And if they would lose FTR, I guess FTR would focus on the AEW tag team titles, which I'm down for. FTR and Acclaimed, give me.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could work.
Yeah,
That would
that
be
could be that could be a good way to get, let's say, the Ass Boys over by having them do matches on ROH.
Mm-hmm.
You give them the ROH titles.
Nope.
It doesn't hurt FTR either because they still have the
At all.
IWGP tag team titles.
Yeah.
I think there's still the Triple Eight champion.
Yeah,
right?
they still have them, right? Right.
Yeah, so
Triple A and
there you
that's what I find it really weird that they haven't defended the IWGP titles yet. I would think New Japan would want those titles defended and not forgotten about, but
They don't defend them in the American television. What's it called?
on Strong,
Strong. They don't defend them.
I wouldn't.
I don't think New Japan
Wouldn't
runs
know.
as many shows either, though. I think they're very
That's it. Yeah.
They're
they're
very.
sporadic, they're sporadic, so it's not as often.
And don't they record like a? No, it's live. Oh, their shows
It's
generally.
live.
'Cause
Yeah.
Okay, it's live. So, yeah, maybe that's it. I mean, but they've been champion for a hot minute too. I'm sure there's been a show or two that.
Well, they won it at double. When they won it at Double or Nothing.
No, at Forbidden Door, no.
Oh, Forbidden Door. That's it. Yeah,
Forbidden Door. Yeah.
it's okay. 3
Yeah.
months.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 months. It's,
Mhm.
and they do have the what is it called the other tag titles
Triple A.
No, I mean the New Japan. What's the other tag titles they have? It's
The junior.
Well, there's the Junior Tag Team Championship, and then they
that's
have
it. and then the main
the-
ones. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah.
juniors. Empire who has them, no?
who the Will Ospreay guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think.
All right. No, because I was just thinking that the IWGP is like a prestigious company. You would want your
Right.
belts defended,
No, totally agree.
And we know there's a bit something's there with FTR and AEW. There's something there. We quite don't know what, because obviously,
Well,
they're
their
not
contracts are up, right?
that's it, and they're not in the
So
game.
they're still negotiating the contracts and all that. So they're not. That's why they're not in the game. Because
Yeah.
hey, you want to be in the game?
Fine.
You'll be DLC, no problem. Just
while
sign
Cody
again. If you
while
don't
Cody
sign-
is in the game, which is weird.
Well, he's one of the co-founders.
The founders,
of
yeah.
AEW.
I get the negotiating ploy there, tactic, but FTR deserves better than some.
They're not even in the game, guys. Come on.
That can change.
Yeah,
that could change.
Like he said,
Their models
like,
are there, so it's just a matter of okay, they signed, they'll be on the next DLC or the second
Yeah.
DLC.
But how
whatever.
don't you know?
They'll be
How
there.
don't you put your best tag team in the game right away?
Well, they did.
They-
The models are there. The models are there. They've been created.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of putting more work into them, whatever their moves. I'm sure all the moves will be in the game anyways. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of, I don't know, I guess,
I
just
am
putting
all
the
about
finished touches and then releasing it. But at this rate, they're not going to risk giving them bonuses or anything when they're not even signed. So, hey, you guys want all this bonus money from the game or whatnot? Sign the fucking contract and let's go.
And they can be a pre-order bonus, so they'll be there from the launch
Oh,
of
that's
the game,
true.
and then we
That's
don't and
That's very true.
Yeah.
we don't forget
Yeah,
about
I mean,
it.
the game's not coming out next week, you know, like
No,
it's probably
there's
only
ways
next
to
year
work
at some
around
point,
it. Yeah.
so-
You're very
Yeah.
wise, Jeff. You're very wise.
Since we're on AEW, what you got? Ethan Page squashing Danhausen on Rampage.
It was expected.
A
Oh, I
squash,
watched-
yeah.
Yeah, like it's getting back to the new faction. And, I mean,
You want to make them look strong, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
I'm not,
watch it.
and I think that Danhausen, like I said, no matter whether he wins or loses, he's over anyway. So
Yeah.
he's
He's white hot.
He's
Yeah,
your best jobber.
Yeah.
He's your best jobber kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
he is, because he's so over no matter what. Whether he loses he can lose the next 15 matches, and the crowd's gonna pop for him the minute his face shows up on that the screen.
that's it. Or the minute he curses someone. So, you know, you're
Yeah.
good.
Hey guys, I was just surprised that it was so quickly. Ethan Page looked really strong there.
Well, Ethan Page is, I don't know why people are so surprised by Ethan Page, though. Ethan Page is a fucking good wrestler, though.
Yep,
You know what I mean?
he's a mixed
him
martial
not
artist.
mixed martial, but I mean, he's just really good in the ring too, though.
Because
So,
it's bad booking.
like,
Bad booking. Put him, give him the TNT title.
well, I mean, he had issues in Impact too. I mean, his whole karate angle I found wasn't the greatest either.
Yeah,
but
after
when
breaking up with
Josh Alexander.
it's a bit much.
yeah,
Yeah.
after
breaking
breaking up
with
with
who?
Josh was after
Josh
breaking up
Alexander.
with Josh Alexander, which they were the True North, I think they were called,
Yeah.
the tag team
True
True
North.
North. It was I went a bit of downhill, and then he was kind of a split personality there.
That's the guy with the
Before,
headphones. That's
The headgear. The
headgear. Yeah,
Yeah,
Headgear.
yeah.
the headphones.
He might have headphones in there too. Who knows?
Awesome.
Yeah, so but we know that Ethan Page had announced when they introduced the firm that he was going to go after the All Atlantic. That's what he wanted, was the All Atlantic belt. So we might see him with another few squashes from in the next few weeks, and then maybe have him face Cassidy or I would
Or
think
Pac,
Cassidy or Pac, but I mean I would think Cassidy because it was more of the heel versus the huge baby face, but
Right.
we never know. But I think this was a good start for Ethan Page, at least in that
'Cause
quest.
He is the one going after the Atlantic Championship, right?
Yeah.
When Stokely mentioned all the people who are going after what? Okay. So
Yeah. He mentioned he wanted the All Elite, the All Atlantic. Sorry.
Well,
title.
we might see something in October when they come to Toronto.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
to have
that's
maybe
true, yeah.
Ethan Page. That's in what, the 3 weeks?
October.
Yeah,
by the way,
what
you
is
guys
it?
going?
Hamilton.
Tickets
He's
are
from
apparently
Hamilton,
already
right?
sold out.
No, we're not going.
It's my birthday that weekend, so I can't go.
Because he's from Hamilton, right?
Yep,
I think
Ethan
so,
Page
yeah.
is Hamilton. Yep.
Oh, he's an Ontarian. That's a big pop.
So it would be good on AEW to use that fact there for Ethan Page. He's probably going to get a huge pop if he were able to win that All Atlantic there in on Rampage, or because they're taping Rampage the next day, right? They're not doing it. They're not taping it on the same day. So they're taping Dynamite, then they're taping Rampage the next day, and then it airs on Friday, the Rampage. But they're there on the 12th and 13th, which is a Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised. Are they doing this 2-hour Rampage? Is this just a one-time deal, or in Toronto it's
One
going
time
to be 2
deal.
hours?
It's a Grand
too?
Slam thing.
It's a grand something.
Yeah.
It's a
Oh,
grand
okay.
Estelama.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I mean,
that'll
it's
go-
fucking weird to do Rampage on the next day and it's only an hour.
Yeah, that's it.
So, like, I don't
Well,
know,
it's
unless
gonna-
they
it's gonna-
randomly
it's-
film.
Yeah,
Well,
but it's-
maybe they're gonna.
Well,
do
they also
1
do
hour.
Elevation too, though. They might
There
do
you go.
Elevation that day because I think Dynamite, they usually do both, right? All three, technically.
Yeah,
they
do all
do
three,
Dynamite. So maybe that's what they'll do. So the thing they'll do just Dynamite, and then the next day they'll do probably Rampage and then Dark or Elevation or both.
Yeah, but wasn't Rampage always filmed after Dynamite anyway, and it's always been an hour?
Yeah.
It's not live. Is Rampage? It's not live, right?
No.
So
Only a
that's
few times on the pay-per-view weekends. That
Yeah,
it's live.
special events. So it's not out of the ordinary that they would do that.
No. But I'm saying it's out of the ordinary that it's a 2-night event.
Yeah, that they're filming
Because
Rampage
usually-
instead of filming it on Dynamite on Wednesday, they're filming it the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it would usually just be filmed on the Wednesday.
So you have only a 1 hour show to of filming, so that's why he's saying, which probably makes sense. So they'll probably film Elevation or Dark or both, also that on that night of Rampage.
Well, Dark, isn't it from Universal Studios? Don't they? Film
Yeah, I
from
think
there?
they do a bunch of tapings in a row there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So maybe just Elevation then.
Yeah.
But they could do a special event. It's a special Dark or
Right.
where it's the 100th episode of Dark or something like that, and they'll do it there. It wouldn't be a big surprise. So what we talked about last week, also Jade, like it was a bit weird not seeing Jade out there with Stokely, so we didn't know what was going on. So at least on Rampage, they explained it. Jade explained it that she fired that PR guy. So.
Right.
So at least I enjoyed that they explained it there, because it would have been weird, because when he introduced the firm, he was kind of, I'm behind, and I'll always defend strong black women. So I thought like she was going to stick around, but maybe she was too important to be part of the faction. But he was still going to represent her. But no, apparently from she explained that she fired Stokely, the PR guy.
Right.
Because she's by herself. By herself.
Well, her and her baddies, yeah.
And her baddies. Yep.
Yeah, but Adam Page, what was that? Could somebody explain to me? Adam Page apologizing. What was the need for that segment? Apologizing to the Dark Order, I guess, for the trios match, for losing the trios match.
Yeah,
there.
for losing the trios match.
When was this?
On Rampage.
Okay, that's why. Go ahead.
He was sleeping
at the beginning of something there. Like, I don't know. Is there going to be a breakup with the Dark Order and Adam Page there? I got a bit of that vibe there.
You didn't see the Rampage spoilers, did you?
No.
Rampage will explain it.
Okay. All right. So there we go. Thank you for that clarification. My questions will be answered.
But Adam Page's group is no more, right? Because Bobby Fish is gone.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby.
Yeah, but Bobby Fish was with Adam Cole.
Well,
Bobby
Red Dragon doesn't exist no more.
I heard you say Adam Page though.
Yeah, he did say Adam Page, but it's okay.
I said Adam Cole's group is not there anymore.
Well, no, you said Adam Page's group.
Yeah.
Either way,
they're
it's
both
fine.
Adams.
We know what you meant. It's fine.
But Red Dragon's gone because half that tag team's gone. Does that mean Undisputed the Elite is done? Because we have never seen Adam or O'Reilly ever since they turned on the Bucks, right?
Right.
That's the last time we saw them.
So I mean that's already done anyways. I guess Adam Cole is still going to come out with O'Reilly though. Like I don't know. Poor O'Reilly. He can't go anywhere without Bobby Fish. I hope not. O'Reilly's pretty good. So
yeah, he's good, and he had a good run in NXT by himself. When
that's it.
So no, I'm not scared about that. It's just are they a tag team from moving forward now, or they're gonna start recruiting someone else? Is because Adam Cole should be coming back to start a feud with Kenny, no? But now with this whole suspension and all that, so we don't know how long they'll be out and all that. So I guess maybe that's on the ice for now.
Well, they have to do something with Adam Cole soon because that's just waste of talent.
But yes, guaranteed waste of talent if they're not using him. But it's always good to have somebody quietly away for a few months and then just bring them back at the right time. And bang, whatever the story will be at that point, you get a good reaction, big reaction. Depends what he's doing. I would now that the trio they are no longer trios champions. So when they do come back from suspension, I could see them moving into to this division or fight inside the elite. I think that could work out if when that happens, because we all agree that we'd like to see Adam Cole.
Yeah, but Adam Cole's not with the Bucks and Kenny no more.
No, that's it. That's what I'm saying. The last time we saw them, they turned on them.
Right.
Yeah.
So when they come back,
So it could just be tag team versus tag team. Adam Cole, O'Reilly versus the Bucks.
But,
Who knows?
I don't see Cole in a tag team. I see him more as a singles.
Yeah, but what's poor O'Reilly gonna do?
Go with Fish.
What do you mean go with Fish?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean like
I just
like
left
leave
there.
like leave the company? You mean?
Bang. I won't be surprised
No
if you
faith
see
in O'Reilly.
Fish. I won't be surprised if you see Fish in the WWE again, especially with Triple H.
Yeah, but O'Reilly, like we said last week, I think O'Reilly has signed a 3-year contract, right? Cole signed a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
He must be regretting it now, but I think O'Reilly.
Well, not
3 years,
necessarily.
so.
I mean, why?
Well,
I think he would love to be in WWE with Triple H now.
well,
He knows that he's Triple H's guy, and he would be.
Right. He'd be on top.
You imagine Gargano and Cole and main roster.
Yeah,
imagine
no, that's
Cole versus KO versus the prize fighter. Well, that's a good segue to move on to Raw, because I think we covered everything from AEW.
Especially there's War Games now coming in the main roster.
Yeah, that's a bit
War Games
interesting.
Survivor Series. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's interesting, and that it won't be brand driven. It will be storyline driven. That's interesting.
right.
I'm interested.
That's interesting. I think we know that with the women's will be around. Probably Damage Control. With
that's only 3.
Asuka and Alexa.
Isn't it 4?
Yeah, no. I think it's 5 actually.
It's 5. You're correct.
I think it's 5. So they would need both teams would need help there. I think for the on the side of the faces, what's
Becky?
the ones that? Well, yeah, Becky and no, not Becky. Sorry, what's her name? The 2 that are coming back there, Sasha and Naomi.
Oh,
I think Sasha and Naomi can join Asuka and Alexa and Bianca, and then we'd have to see who joins Damage Control. I don't think it's Becky, because Becky turned.
it's Charlotte then.
Yeah, Charlotte would make sense, and Becky turned face. I don't see them turning her.
And
heel
that would
right
be
away like
Charlotte's first War Games, no?
Right.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool. Nice.
Or it could be. They also could do 3. Oh no, they can't do 3 teams. Never mind.
Oh, they've done it before.
Yeah,
they've done it before. That's it. Yeah, they've done it
They've
before with Dusty,
yeah.
with Dusty and the Ninja. Yeah. They did.
No, they did it. They did it. I think it was one of the last ones. NWO Black and White against.
That's it.
Wolfpack and
WCW.
Yeah,
That's what. That was when it was with Piper
true.
and Warrior and yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So they can go that route. Yeah, they can go that route. I'm definitely I'm up for that. I think Survivor Series needed a revamp there a bit.
Yeah,
because it's not like back in the 80s where put a bunch of baby faces together, the crowd's gonna go crazy against a bunch of heels. The crowd's gonna love because they don't see these guys on TV every week. You know, now it's different, and it didn't work out that much. There weren't interesting matches. There weren't fun matches. I think this can elevate Survivor Series.
I think the last Survivor Series that was really interested is when NXT was a part of it.
Well, yeah, when the NXT came.
I think that was the last.
Joined the fight. Yeah,
that was the last Survivor Series that was really interesting.
That's the one where Becky became the man, right?
Is it? Yeah.
Where Nia punched her and she started bleeding.
Right. Yeah.
So
who could forget about the Foreign Fanatic against the All Americans from 1993, man?
Foreign Fanatics against the All Americans, 1993.
I don't think Justin was born yet.
Probably not.
All Americans. All Americans were the Steiners on the All Americans.
Yeah, it was.
Aren't I older than you?
It was
like
me.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I think
I'm
me and Jeff are the
33.
oldest ones here. Yeah.
How old?
33.
Justin's 33, and that's where we're turning 40.
I'm turning 36 next week.
Yeah, it was the Steiner's Undertaker and Luger against Yokozuna, Ludwig Borga, and the Quebecers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Ludwig Borga. I forgot the Quebecers run in WCW.
No, WWE, Survivor Series.
Survivor
I
Series.
think about Survivor Series.
One fucking job, Creed Crazy.
Okay.
1993.
Someone has to go on the
'cause
network on
Quebecers
the
are only
Peacock.
WWF.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. For some reason, I thought we were still talking about War Games, and I got mixed up there. It was the Foreign Fanatics that threw me off there. Who was the Foreign Fanatics?
Ludwig Borga, Yokozuna, and the Quebecers.
Okay, that's it. Ludwig
Yeah,
Borga.
no, War
I
Games. I think the best one was the '96 when it was the first NWO one, when
Yeah.
the two Stings were met face to
Yeah.
face in the ring. Yeah,
Yep.
that
Remember
was
that.
white hot.
That was SmackDown, guys. So we had to talk about this. We didn't talk about it in the breaking news because I don't know if it's breaking news because it was from Friday. They announced it on Saturday at the press conference. But anyways, the SmackDown opens up with Logan Paul, and then we get the return of Paul Heyman with the Bloodline. And they announced a press conference for the next day, and he challenges Roman to show up at the press conference.
No.
And Roman did, and now we predicted this, right, on the show last week, that we would get Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
And that's what we're getting. So I really, okay, where do we stand on this? Does Logan Paul deserve this shot?
No.
But
Hell no.
Wait,
It's
and
just
when I
to
say
put over the
deserve,
event.
when I say deserve, I am not saying kayfabe. I'm saying
I think you're thinking too much into it. This,
sorry.
like all Crown Jewel matches,
It's all about
mean
the
nothing.
money.
the glorified.
No, but
What
it
do they
means
call
nothing.
it? Glorified house show, right?
it's just
Yeah.
a glorified house show
Is it even
for the
popular in
people in
Saudi
Saudi Arabia. Of course it is.
This-
Yeah.
It's the only wrestling show they fucking get live.
Yeah.
And
No,
if
I
the
mean-
prince tells you that you're gonna go watch it, you go fucking watch it.
No, I mean, do they even know who's this guy down there?
I'm
Logan
sure
Paul?
they do. Like we talked
Yeah.
about last week,
Yeah.
because Logan Paul fought Mayweather. I imagine that pay-per-view was on.
it's-
They had that,
yeah.
so
It's not just that,
that's
he's-
probably the only reason. I mean, I guess unless you're crazy YouTube followers and
Well,
you
that's
fucking
You
it,
have
yeah.
12, you have 12.3 million subscribers on YouTube,
yeah.
so you're bound to have some there
Well,
from Saudi Arabia.
I'm not one of them.
Oh,
But I think.
But you're
I
only one out of 8 billion, though. So
Yeah, I know.
think,
I'm
I-
just a
I-
number. I know.
listen, I think he can pull off a good match in the ring. I think visibility will help bring new eyes to the product because this was all over. I saw it on ESPN, I saw it on TSN, I saw it on ABC, Good Morning America. People are talking about Logan Paul getting a title shot against Roman Reigns.
I
Does
find
that
this
bring-
bullshit.
No, you're allowed to not like it, but we can talk about is it
Yeah.
good for WWE though?
it's just to get attention. Logan Paul is an international name because he's so well known on YouTube. But I'm not as much shocked about that match happening. I'm more shocked at you saying that you watch Good Morning America.
No, but
I'm kidding. No, but it's true. Like it's like you said, it's a glorified house show. There's a big name that's outside the wrestling business, and it's like you said, it's a good way to get extra eyes on the product. It's not going to be something that you're like, oh my god, match of the year. No, and I don't think WWE nor Triple H expects it to be.
Mhm.
It's a spectacle,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
what the whole Crown Jewel was intended to be. That's all.
and it doesn't have to be match of the year as long as they put out a good match, it'll be okay.
Well, this
I
I
match.
mean,
that-
even if it's a squash, it won't fucking
Nah.
matter. It would have already done its job. And obviously a squash for Roman, not for
Yes,
because
yes,
it
obviously.
doesn't make much sense for Logan to get a lot. And yeah, I get it. He did the whole promo. All I need is one lucky shot. Just one lucky shot. And
Yeah.
it's all,
Well,
like,
he has
whatever,
to have
fine.
something. He has to have some comeback. He has to have something. I don't think it's going to be a squash that clean. Like
He has to have
he's
an
gonna have
offensive
something.
run in
No,
there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think so either. I'm just kind of saying, even if it is, it doesn't hurt anything.
I feel like we're going to see a frog splash onto the table.
Yeah, he has to have, because like you said,
Hooray.
like you're
To
well,
Heyman.
we all know Yeah, we all know that Big Red's excited for this, but it's if it's a short match and it's a squash, that whole buildup was for no reason.
Well,
so where's the payoff? So he has to have something.
Yeah.
Well, the
we-
marketing.
did we forget about the Roman and Brock at Mania? The big talk and the lame match.
Oh, that's.
I think there was a point
though.
there. He wanted to absolutely put Raymond clearly over.
Roman.
Roman. Raymond. Sorry,
Everybody loves Raymond. Maybe not so much Roman.
I think Vince really wanted to put over Roman there and really wanted to make him strong. They thought it was going to be the last match with Brock, so like really wanted to make it look like Roman is the man there. They weren't expecting to have a SummerSlam match a few months later, and all this stuff happening. So I no, I don't think so. I actually like if I would be booking, I would do a swerve here, and that's I would do a swerve here, and maybe have, because this is Crown Jewel. I think I mentioned this last week. I would love to like have The Rock appear, cost Roman the title, and have that feud until WrestleMania not being a title match, and having.
You'd want Logan to have the title?
But this is this is not a title match, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Disgrace.
I was more like, you want Dwayne Johnson to go to fucking Saudi Arabia for this, bro?
Well,
we're lucky if he makes it to LA.
No, I understand how hard. Obviously, I understand how hard the scheduling would be for him. But I'm saying just in storyline, just basic storyline here would be the perfect way to get the Roman and Rock storyline going, and it would give a bit of credibility to a Logan Paul beating Roman Reigns.
I think the only credibility you're just gonna get, though, you're just gonna get him attempt to do certain things, ultimately get beaten down at the end of it, but have his little comebacks.
Yeah.
Because Roman's gonna come in cocky. He's first gonna probably beat him up a little bit, get all cocky about it, and then randomly Logan Paul is gonna get that one lucky shot for a few moments. And then Roman's going to get back to his regular self and then just beat him.
No, can't be. Never mind.
No, I really don't think they'll go that route, because I even heard they're saying that they want Roman Reigns to be the, what do they call him, the Hulk Hogan of this generation, right. I think it was. So
good luck with that.
Yeah. So I really don't think they'll take the belts away from him until that WrestleMania. Well, even if they take him away from him at that WrestleMania against The Rock, because I don't think The Rock would have another run as champion. But I'm saying I would do it just to swerve everybody, because nobody here expects Logan to win here. That's true. That would be one of the reasons why I would be going. And the match that followed that segment, that opening segment, what a good match. Sammy and Ricochet, man.
Who?
That was Sammy and Ricochet.
Oh, okay. I heard Stavy and Ricochet. I was like, who the fuck is Stavy?
I don't remember this.
Sammy and Ricochet was.
I don't think I saw Smackdown.
Yeah.
If this was under Vince, I feel like it'd be a completely different fucking kind of match. But because these guys were able to do what they wanted to do, really fun.
They had the freedom to do those back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth. Yeah.
I really enjoyed that match. And Sammy, this run as honorary Oos or Vanilla Oos, whichever one.
Heyman even tweeted it.
Yeah,
he mentioned everybody else, and I can't forget about our honorary Oos, Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and special mention to our honorary Oos, Sami Zayn. And there's all these pictures on the internet of like when the whole family is together when they were kids, and it's a picture of Sami Zayn when he was young, like photoshopped into the thing. It's great.
Right.
We've been together since we're kids, and then it's Vanilla Oos there. Amazing. That was a good match. Then Braun Strowman comes in, destroys the what are those male models there? Maxine male models. So that's quick. So we got 2 weeks in a row of Braun just coming and destroying people, which I think that's what we're gonna get for a few weeks still.
More weeks.
When's Omos fight? Omos is fighting Braun. No, if I'm not mistaken, or did that happen on Raw? No, it didn't happen on Raw. So
no, it didn't happen on Raw. I think we thought it was supposed to happen on Raw.
Yeah, that's it.
But
maybe they
didn't.
rethought that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
like,
they
no.
rethought that because maybe they want to build towards it instead of just having right away.
Well, because
like that.
who are you also going to squash there? You don't want to squash Omos because you're still trying to build him up, and you're
Omos
obviously
still
not
in the
going to
company?
squash Braun.
Yeah, didn't
Omos
he
is
come
not-
and beat up and like clear house on something? I don't know if it was this week, but last week I think that's it. Omos came and basically destroyed the few people. So you're gonna make them both look strong and then face each other, which would be the way to do it if that's what you want. Raquel versus Bailey, and it was the turn heel, right? Shotzi Blackheart
Shotzi. Yeah.
was turn. It was an okay match, I guess. The main event.
Raquel needs to go heel though.
Yeah, I think works better as a heel. Yeah.
She's better, would be so much better as a heel. She sucks at being happy. I feel like she always
it
seems
feels
so
fake,
happy and it feels fake.
How do you suck being happy?
Because you're fake.
Well,
you just seem fake. It doesn't look like you're trying to be your.
It doesn't look like you're authentic.
Yeah, you're
it
not
looks like
authentic.
a forced smile, or the waving at the crowd.
You're not white hot, la.
Exactly. Yeah. So then that was an okay. Drew promo. Was really disappointed. I'm scared for Drew here going forward. Like they might have nothing for him. I know he cut a good promo though, but it feels like they don't know where he's gonna go next, against who and what.
Is he
Carrion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess Carrion. Yes, Carrion has to.
And he might potentially be the White Rabbit, right? That's the whole big fucking thing. 923. Feed your head. But now everyone's saying it's Bray, so I'm not sure anymore.
Did you guys see the wallpaper of Extreme Rules? The whole thing about
the lantern.
Yeah.
You have a slightly like an.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to actually watch. I want to actually go to the WWE's website and see theirs because I feel like that was also manipulated, and I'm just like,
it could have been, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely could have been.
But you guys think? Do you think it's Bray? I don't.
I mean, it could be. Look, I mean, well, it could be with the writing. The writing in the shirt kind of had me like, okay, you are using the same font, but yes, that could also technically just be a swerve.
That's what I'm.
But too many fucking swerves, though. Then you have
they're making it too obvious.
Yeah, they're making it too obvious. So I'm like, well, then fuck you. It's not him then. But I'm like, but I want it to be Bray. Who else would be having that font then? Like it wouldn't make.
Well, Triple H said people are going to come back that we didn't expect are going to come back. So.
Yeah, but he was legit asked about Bray, and he said he was too hard to work with. So I don't know. But I feel like it's only got to be him because now you're at the point where you're making it too fucking obvious. A lot of people are going to want him. And then whoever it is, if it's not a person as big as Bray, what he says, if it's not a person as big as Bray, it's just not going to work. You know what I mean? It's going to be a disappointment because now we're kind of hyping ourselves up.
At the end of the day, if he's trying to keep it a secret, why would he comment much more on Bray Wyatt in an interview? Obviously, there's that level of suspense. If he's going to make people believe, well, it can't be Bray, all of a sudden he shows up at the pay-per-view. It's like, oh, shit.
Oh, for sure.
Remember, it's a work.
Well, he spoke about 3 people in the interview. And those were Bray, Sasha, and The Rock.
Right.
Those are the people. So they're talking.
Well, I mean, whatever. They're just questions, right? So The Rock, whatever. I mean, I'm not saying Tripp is going to be like, oh, yeah, well, Bray's coming in a few months, Like,
no,
I completely get that. It's
do you? So do you really know?
I do.
I don't think so.
No. Did you have the JLB talks way too much this whole time? I noticed it maybe like 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
This whole time, like since you came in?
Yes.
Fuck.
Damn. I heard there might be a live, a human version of the Firefly Funhouse.
Oh God, no.
So just have to hand out glow sticks to people in the crowd, right?
Kind of White Rabbit being White Rabbit being Karrion Kross, Alexa, because we've seen the lights flickering was during Alexa's match, right?
Right.
And then also
should we go back
Bailey's
to that?
comment.
And then Bailey's comment,
Well,
yes.
Bailey's comment too. You're only whatever. You're only half of yourself or whatever stage.
But
She
how
was
do
in.
they-
She's gonna go back to that gimmick.
Well, not necessarily.
Well, no, maybe because I think they would. What people complain about with that is there was never like the circle never went full. Like, what happened? Why do you still walk around with Lily while the other guy was fired? So we never got an explanation for all this. So maybe it's just an end, like to get Alexa away from this whole image of.
But doesn't
of
she
being
still walk with Lily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and maybe that's why too, right? So maybe because we never seen, like Kid Crazy was saying, we never seen Bray and Alexa really work a full thing together with how that would work. We've seen a few episodes with Funhouse, but not a lot.
And the match with Randy, right? That's the only time.
Yeah.
That was the only way. What else do we have on Raw?
Oh, look, Pixie Dust.
Oh yes, Imperium versus New Day versus Butch and Holland versus Hit Row.
Oh my god! Right?
Yeah.
Totally didn't expect this kind of match from them. I will stop with the hands. Fuck you guys. Totally didn't expect that that kind of match with them. And
probably
for Top
sitting on his hands right now.
Top Dollar, eh? Me too. I was impressed with Top Dollar.
What the fuck? Yeah. Like,
didn't expect that. I really didn't think he had that style in him. But yeah,
right.
He's
a big guy, but still, I mean, those are some pretty. Like I forgot who he picked up, but he picked up like at least like 6 people, I think.
Yep.
So,
well,
pretty crazy. Imperium ended up winning, I believe, though. Correct? Well, not 6 people.
No,
only
3 people. It was 3 people. Yeah, it was one, and then he 2 went front and 1 went backwards.
It looked like you were doing Pilates over there.
No, it was fight.
Hey, that's what you can buy pretty soon on DVD. Kid Crazy's Pilates classes.
Yoga. It's Kid Crazy Yoga.
I'd rather watch that than Logan versus Roman.
Oh no, it was Bruiser. The Bruiser Brutes ended up winning.
Bruiser the
Bruiser Fight Club, whatever you want to call them. There.
What the fuck's going on?
The Bruiser Brutes. That's what they're called, no?
The Bruiser Brutes,
yeah.
I heard Brucey Brody. I'm like, what?
Bruiser Brody? No. It was. I think now these guys are getting a push because we saw them on Raw again, right? Mm-hmm. Did we see them on Raw again? Oh no, they're on SmackDown. Sorry.
SmackDown.
But yeah, they got a push. They're beating. This is a big match for them to win because you had some big Imperium. There's a big tag team. New Day is a huge tag team. So
they're okay.
It's big from them. But are we ever going to hear Butch talk?
No, I wouldn't want him to talk.
Like the only time I heard him talk since he turned into Butch. Was when he was congratulating or giving encouragement to Tyler Bate there when he was defending the UK title, NXT UK. So I feel like Butch is kind of a bit a return to Pete Dunne, at least with his in-ring gear and and his style with the fingers and
I would change his name back to Pete Dunne, to be honest with you.
I think after he leaves Sheamus, he'll probably do
makes sense. That'll make sense. And it's weird that they're coming out because it feels like Sheamus is the catalyst for this faction, and they've come out without Sheamus they came out for this fight, so it's kind of like they want to give them a push, a real push on their own. And so I'm willing to see what they're at because I like Ridge Holland and I always like Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down with that. And that was SmackDown. That was basically SmackDown. NXT. I'm just gonna run through NXT pretty quick. So that was a bit stupid.
Sequoia thing, right? What the fuck was that?
So you start off NXT with Shawn Michaels saying that. Since Sikoa is on Raw now, he shouldn't be having the belt, so he's going to have to forfeit the belt. and so they're gonna have a
4-way.
for the title.
The ladder match, no?
Yeah, it was a ladder match, exactly. The ladder match with Carmelo Hayes. Who else is it? I forgot who else is in it. But I just found that stupid. You make him win. So did you really just make him win to take those pictures with the bloodline with all the titles at the press conference?
I think so.
I think
It feels
so,
like
also Shawn Michaels' comment wasn't just because he was on Raw. It was because that he wasn't even supposed to be in the match, right? Because he wasn't even in the matchup with the Fatal 4-Way. And then he kind of just came in. And I'm like, well, then why the fuck didn't you just get into the ring then and say something?
Because it was the fans chose, right? So the fans,
right? But he wasn't
were
there.
choosing
But the fans didn't even choose him.
No, they chose Trey Miguel.
The fans didn't even choose him.
I guess the bookers didn't think that Trey Miguel was a good opponent for Carmelo Hayes, so they had Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams beat him up, and that's opened the door to Sikoa to come, because Sikoa had told him already that he was going to be next. That's so.
Oh, okay. So, but I thought Shawn had mentioned that as well, that he wasn't even supposed to be in.
No, because technically he's up on the main roster, so he shouldn't even have been in the building to take advantage of that match or that whatever. Because he kind of provoked Carmelo Hayes into accepting the match. But Shawn Michaels is saying you shouldn't even have been there. You're on the main roster now. You shouldn't even have been there. This opportunity shouldn't even have been presented to you.
Then why did you defend it on SmackDown?
True that.
Look at that very puzzled look you have on your face there.
True that.
Yeah, well, it didn't.
Well,
it was just.
Right,
it was very stupid.
You're right. Against
just
Moss,
how
right?
They did this. Yeah.
That's right.
Makes sense.
So I think maybe. So let me rethink this. Maybe it wasn't just to take the pictures. I think maybe they really wanted to go with Sikoa for a few weeks with the belt, but maybe they just reassessed that and just changed their mind. It could
no. I mean, that's fine. Whatever that could happen. I guess it's just the way that they did it was really silly. If anything, just make them lose against someone at NXT and don't make it a whole. Oh yeah, well you weren't supposed to be there, and
Well, I guess now it gives Sikoa the chance to say that he never lost the belt. So technically, like he's still like over and strong, and for it to be on the bloodline. The next match was two guys. I have no idea who they are, but the match was amazing.
Was it good with the mask?
Frazier versus Axio, yeah. Very good match, back and forth, some good spots. I really enjoyed this match, and it was longer than 10 minutes. So it was I enjoyed this match. I want to see more of Axio, and Frazier ended up getting the win. But I really enjoyed Axio. I guess Frazier's more of the long hair, good-looking guy. He's good, very good too. I was just very impressed with Axio, but good match there. Toxic Attraction versus the girl from Diamond Mine, Ivory, and I think her friend that's always with her in the backstage segments, which wasn't very wasn't top. Wasn't top. Joe Gacy. Side note here. Some people are saying Joe Gacy might be White Rabbit also. So that's the swerve. God. That's the swerve there. That it would be Joe Gacy coming up to the main roster. But I really doubt that because he's in the middle of a feud with what's his name? The guy that goes to the moon there. Grimes.
Cameron Grimes to the moon.
That's it. Cameron Grimes. So I really doubt it.
He's like a rash. He's like a rash. You don't see him, goes away. But he's just there.
But the
because once he his hands
bro,
down,
I'm a white hot rash, bro. A white hot rash. Watch out. All right.
The guys that are part of Schism or Schism, or whatever you pronounce it, on with Joe Gacy, those guys are good. I know they were there before, but they never did nothing with them. These guys are good. Tag team. They had a tag team match on NXT against basic jobbers or guys that are not over yet. And that's it. Wendy Choo versus Cora Jade would be what you expect from a Wendy Choo match. Baby diarrhea.
Why baby diarrhea?
Because she plays a baby.
Who's this?
Wendy Choo.
Oh, Wendy Choo.
And Taylor Bate versus McDonough, which was the old Devlin, Jordan Devlin. That was a very good match. Very surprised that McDonough got over on Tyler Bate. Very surprised, and absolutely loved the return of Ilya Dragunov. That was big. Can't wait to see. I think it looks like we're gonna have a triple threat there with Bate, McDonough, and Dragunov, probably for either for the number one contender or with Taylor Bate being out and Braun being in for the triple threat for the title. So, and I'm a huge fan of Dragunov. I think Tyler Bate versus Gunther were good matches, but I think Gunther versus Dragunov were amazing matches. So I'm really happy to see Dragunov back. So that was NXT. So Raw. Let's finish up the rundown with Raw. We started off very strong with Seth and Bobby. What do you guys think about that match, Seth and Bobby?
Oh, it was good. It was pay-per-view quality.
Yeah.
Match of the night, maybe.
Yeah, it was a strong. That pedigree that he turned the spear into a pedigree. That was a huge spot. I really enjoyed that. So I know I see what they're doing here with Bobby, because they have nothing for Bobby, right? There's no feud going on with Bobby. So you're having Bobby in these matches, like with The Miz, but the real story behind the match was not about Bobby. It was about Dexter and The Miz. In this case, it was about Seth and Riddle. So I guess they're still keeping Bobby strong by winning these matches, but they all come with distractions or interferences or something like that. So the other person,
so like he's being used as filler.
Yeah, that's basically
but in a good way. So he's still putting on a good match.
And they want to make the U.S. title the main title for Raw for the moment.
Yeah, so that's what they're calling it. The face, whoever's U.S. champion is the face of Raw. So
which is okay, I guess.
No, and I like that backstory. Seth being also calling himself he has the legitimacy to call himself the face of Raw. So I like that little conflict there. Who's the face? Again, with the video package or mentioning of all the greats, U.S. champions. Again, makes the championship look strong. Makes Bobby look like a strong champion. So I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I'm okay with it opening up the show. Like we've mentioned this on AEW does this a lot. They open up with a strong match, and it starts off. I could almost say that I prefer starting off with a strong match than having a 20-minute promo start off the show. It depends who it is. Obviously, if it's Roman, obviously you're going to start off with Roman, you know. But I mean, when it's Drew starting off, welcome to Monday Night Raw, and cuts a 15-20-minute promo there to start it off. I don't know. Maybe he should have been the second thing to come up. I'd rather see these strong matches like this. Damage Control basically was Bayley challenging Bianca, I guess, was basically that, putting over the tag team, also her partners that had won the titles. And then KO versus Theory. 12-minute match.
At my point exactly.
Yeah,
it's also TV though. I mean,
you're
not gonna want to like put on like a 5-star match. And you're gonna want to leave that for pay-per-view, obviously. You know,
you want to leave a taste in people's mouth that they want to see more from this, and that's what I felt. That's what I felt. So it's okay. So, but I can't say I enjoyed it. I didn't dislike the match, but I think we're losing pieces by piece over here.
It's okay. Let the other ones stay out.
Unless they're still there. Well, JLB is still there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm here just because I'm in the living room. That's why.
Okay.
I'll be back. 2 seconds.
So I just felt like I wanted to see more.
Yeah, because you expect more out of those two. But like I said, I'm not surprised. Like I said, it's TV, so you kind of, and you said it too. You want to leave a bit of a taste. You want people wanting more. So,
and I definitely want to see that match on the pay-per-view. Like, give me a 20-minute match. What KO and Theory can do.
Won't be Crown Jewel though. No. It's probably going to be Extreme Rules.
Yeah, it makes sense. Extreme Rules makes sense. Would be the place to do it, because next week we have KO and Gargano against Alpha Academy, which that should be fun. Didn't Jeff could maybe knows this better than me, but if I'm not mistaken, KO and Gargano were a tag team in the Indies. Panda Express.
Oh, and PWG.
Yeah. I think I
PWG.
remember something like that. So that should
Yeah,
be fun.
that was KO's. Like I think when he was in PWG, that was like a tag team he had. I wasn't sure who his partner was, but yeah.
Yeah, because I remember something like that. Somebody talking about that. I think even no, I heard it on a podcast. I was gonna say it was Corey Graves that mentioned it, but no, I heard it on a podcast. Yeah, that's where I heard it. That they were Panda Express. So that should be fun. Two guys I really enjoy in KO and Gargano. So I'm looking forward to that. Chad Gable's a good worker too. So obviously Theory's going to be involved in this match one way or another.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I didn't like the match itself, but I see why they had it and where they're going with this. So I want to see more. So then we had the video package about the promoting the Logan versus Roman, what happened at the press conference, and then we had Butch. They were on, so I was right. Butch and Ridge Holland versus the Street Profits, again coming out alone, and was surprisingly a good match also. Butch and Ridge again coming over, being over on the Profits, which is huge.
I'm just worried what they're doing with the Profits now, though. Like, I feel like I thought at least under Triple H's reign, if you will, that the Street Profits were just going to get a bigger push, maybe even be tag champs.
Well, you have to. That's another thing too. You have to also manage your expectations with Triple H and what he wants to do booking wise.
Exactly.
You know, everyone that you would have expected him to be behind doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be behind them now 120%. You know, it's like you bring up Adam Cole. Yeah, I'm sure he was a fan of Adam Cole, but you know, there's enough time that's passed where he's had time to say, okay, look, this is a guy I have now. Why am I going to really try to go after someone else when I can build this guy up?
Oh yeah,
and keep him here.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I think Triple H is smart enough to see it that way also. Like, why worry about other people when building up this roster right now? But I think also it's because it's the lack of tag teams on the roster. Right. So now let's say you want to put Ridge and Butch over, so they got to win some matches. But now you don't have a lot of tag teams to face them that would give enough credibility for them beating them, that you have to put these Street Profits and them taking it out. Like I totally agree. Like, it seems like, well, okay, what are they doing with Street Profits? But at the same time, it seems like he wants to put them over, wants to make them reach a certain level of being over, and you can't do it with no tag teams on the roster. So
without making someone lose too, yeah. So.
Exactly. So I guess that's what they're doing there. But whatever. I'm intrigued in seeing what is there a title run in the books for Butch and Holland. It could be. Will we see a rematch with Sheamus and Gunther? I would be down for that. Even though it was a clean win, but not really a clean win, was it? Yeah, it's kind of a distraction, but whatever. It was a clean. Right. It was clean pin. That's what I meant. Sorry. Fair. So I want to see where they're going, but it's interesting. There's some stuff that make it very interesting in this storyline. Then we go to I felt like Judgment Day had a lot of TV time on this Raw.
Well, because there was a lot of backstage segments too with them, right?
Yeah.
So,
and then the longest being the promo, them coming to the ring, and I want you guys' opinion on this. The heat, the booing of Dominic. Is that good or is that bad?
No, that's definitely not white hot heat.
No,
I feel like that's Cody Rhodes heat in AEW. I don't think that's good.
Right? No, I wouldn't say that. It's the wrong kind of heat that I think he's just not liked or not well received. Cody Rhodes' heat was just that it was different because it was the fans turning on him as a babyface. You know, now Dominic being a heel, if he's getting booed, is because he's not well liked, and it's not because it's storyline wise. It has nothing to do with the work.
Right.
It's just that he's not well received.
It's just they didn't like them at all, even as a face right? So
I see what you're saying, and I even agree with what you're saying. I do agree that this seems like some go home heat there, but at the same time, some heels would absolutely love that reaction to get that reaction. Like that's,
and
I don't know if you guys remember Roman Reigns at the beginning of his heel turn, where this happened the same thing with boos. They wouldn't let him talk, and I think that brought him to another level because
but it's two different performers, though.
Yes.
You're talking about Roman Reigns and Dominic Mysterio.
No, for sure, on two complete different planets there. And I'm just saying that some heels would love to have that reaction. But I understand what kind of reaction that is. It's not a good reaction. I don't think it's a good reaction, not for him. But fuck, man,
I think it would teach him though.
Yeah,
I think it would really
teach
do
something with this.
Yeah,
they could work with this.
It just. And I think you have to start doing the whole Dominic versus Ray ASAP, and you can't let it go way too long and stretch it out to like Survivor Series or something. Yeah. You have to get Dom to like annihilate Ray.
Yeah,
that's gonna sound fucked.
Because if you want those moves,
but he's a bigger guy, so it would be it would be you don't want to run this. Make this stale, right? This whole Dominic heel thing. So you want to take it, okay, bang, he's got a lot of heat, take it to another level. Let's see how much heat he can get. So getting him destroying his dad would be the next step into the feud, eventually having a match on a pay-per-view. But like hitting a concerto with a chair concerto on Ray would be a good way to get even more heat and to see how that crowd would react to that. Because and someone tell me, is Ray a papi or is Ray a mommy? Because she calls herself papi and he called her mommy. So, or is she just non-binary?
Wow, that came out of left field.
Yeah, that was you could tell he was thinking about it for a hot minute. Like he was that's what it is. Rhea is mommy, like girlfriend. Hey, mommy, how's it going? Blah blah blah. And that's her papi. That's whatever,
because she keeps on referring to herself as papi. She says papi, and I think they even there's a little Twitter back and forth with that because she says, Twitter. She said papi wants you to do this, or papi's very proud of you. And then when he's talking, he's like, yeah, mommy. And then she wrote on Twitter, I can be whatever you want me to be, papi or mommy. And then he answered mommy with
she's a trans. There we go.
I could want whatever you want me to be.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Of course not. Right. Of course not. But yeah, it felt weird there. It's like, okay, papi's here. I thought it would have been the whole talked about this last week, the whole Eddie Guerrero China vibe there, a bit with Rhea and Dominic. But yeah, it seems a bit different. Is he infatuated with Rhea or brainwashed? Is there a romantic storyline behind this, or is this is just
I don't think they know, maybe, but they could easily do all of them, all the above kind of thing, right? Yeah. He's brainwashed. He's infatuated with her. So he's being brainwashed by her. She's taking advantage of him. But ultimately, I think the brainwashing is just going to take over, and then that's when he's really going to go ape shit on Ray. Because at least this gives Dominic something, and it's not just, Ray's son kind of thing. And this is Rhea kind of being the male figure and the father figure and the mother figure to Dominic, as well as, hey, I could also be your girlfriend too.
Yeah.
But is it just me, or is this faction just not really working?
Yeah.
Well, it's still not working.
Rhea's doing her darndest, though. Rhea is doing her darndest, and it's only her. That's the problem.
But that's the thing. It seems like the only payoff with this, their name escapes me. I don't know why. It just popped out of my head, this faction. But
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. Yeah, it just seems like the payoff is the Dominic and Ray feud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like what? Yeah, I agree.
You know,
Well, what's going to happen with Finn and AJ though? We saw them do a backstage thing.
Where
Finn
AJ
saw
refused.
AJ, and Finn also acted very differently when he saw AJ. He kind of acted like a nicer individual compared to when he was talking with one job. That's why there's a mute button.
That came out of nowhere.
When he was talking to Judgment Day, he was kind of more serious. And when he saw AJ, he was like, "Hey, da-da-da-da." You know what I mean? So
what's up? I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's like, "Why don't you join us?" He's like, just kidding. But then after he got a bit serious when he said they didn't want to know nothing about Judgment Day,
right.
So I guess we could see a few there. Like I said last week, and I think it still applies. I still think they need more. But I do see an improvement since Dominic joined the faction. I think there is more of a story behind it. But Jeff is right, though. It seems like the only thing that's holding this together is the eventual payoff with Ray.
They had a chance to make it work with Edge, and they fucked it up.
Yeah.
And then they go put Finn Balor there, who can't really cut that great of a promo. And it's like, okay, Ray is fine. What the hell's the other guy's name?
Damon Priest,
yeah. It's almost like there's
nobody there to carry.
Edge would have been perfect to have put those two people over. He could cut a good promo, and that whole ominous look that he could have, like that mean, pissed off look he could put on TV, that could have gotten the faction over, and they fucked it up. So, Judgment Day.
I agree.
I don't see where they go after this.
It's been downhill since then. It has never reached, because you're completely right. Edge was the man to have the to be the mouthpiece of this faction and get it to where it's supposed to be. And I don't think either Priest or Finn are the men to do it. I think Rhea has a chance, but I don't think I don't know if she'll be able to.
She's not strong enough to do it on her own. She needs. Whereas Edge could have. Now, you could say, well, yeah, fine, Edge is an established name. But I just don't see Rhea Ripley being able to carry that feud.
Jay, looking for your peanuts?
There you go. He's rummaging there. I'm not looking for my peanuts. I have my peanuts. They're over here.
But the match itself against Riddle and Rey Mysterio wasn't nothing special there.
We're not going to have banger matches and banger Raws and Smackdowns every time. So
no.
That's it exactly.
So you start off with a good match. You're not going to always have. But Alexa versus Bayley was a okay match, I guess, until Bianca attacked.
Yep.
Until Bianca attacked, I think that was a good match. Miz and Dexter. Okay, so Miz TV, right? I really feel bad for Ciampa here. And I know I've said that Ciampa might be working with Miz might help him out because everybody that's worked with Miz got over. But in this case, in this specific storyline with Dexter, I don't know if it makes if it's good for Ciampa there. So Ciampa hits the mic spike, and on Dexter. So Dexter's coming out from the ring to grab Miz.
The Miz.
So. Yes, after last week being in the house, which I know some people on the internet are pissed. Like, okay, guys, you can't forget. I understand that it's in real life. Somebody that breaks into a house will probably get arrested, but you can't forget this is wrestling. So they're telling a story at the end of the day. So people are mad that they're not that he's just there and he didn't get arrested for being inside Mrs. house.
I mean, the thing is, though, it's like he's never been arrested, though. He's kidnapped a bunch of people. He was arrested one time.
Yeah, one time.
But then that's it. That's it kind of thing. So whatever. I think people are just wanting to complain too. But the fact that the fact that we still don't see that the cops are looking for him maybe could be a good way to kind of continue like, oh, well, we can't find him, whatever. Cops were still, or maybe the Miz coming out with cops. Well, you're going to get arrested if you come out, blah, 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 blah. Come out here. And then he joins in the ring and brings
there's ways to put it in the story. Yes, you're right.
I used to put it in the spot, but I mean, it's not a big deal. Loomis is still great. I think eventually, though, this is going to end with Ciampa and Miz just breaking up, because I don't know what it's doing for Ciampa at all.
No.
Maybe
I don't know why he still has a Pokemon card around his neck.
Who are we talking about?
Ciampa, Tommaso.
Ciampa.
Oh,
maybe Ciampa hired Dexter.
Whoa!
I can do that.
Look at Big Red there with the booking.
Mm-hmm.
It's very possible. Very possible. I like that. Good thinking there. Good
That
thinking.
and that's a good way to turn Ciampa heel too. So that could work.
And Ciampa's a good heel. So
and
we know that Triple H loves Ciampa, so there's something there for
that would make Miz.
There's got to be something for Ciampa.
Yeah.
I mean,
John.
He said that would make Miz a face, but I mean, Miz is just good at playing the victim, anyways, and whatever.
He's played face. He's been face before, and it works.
He's a better heel, but he's definitely done an okay.
He's a better heel, but it can work for a short run. It can work. It can work for a short run. Give me 6 months of a face Miz, then make him take a vacation and come back to being the ballbuster Miz that we all love to hate. So, or that at least John loves to hate. So that's it. Alexa Bailey. So now we just know that Bailey will face Bianca, and like we said last week, we think Bailey will win that title, right?
Mm-hmm. Sooner or later.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Probably Extreme Rules.
Well, yeah. Now
we know we're getting Extreme Rule matches, though. At least, right? So that's at least a good sign.
And hopefully,
I'm really I'm really excited for the Fight Pit match.
The what?
Right? Yeah. So that's one of them.
Seth
the Fight
versus
Pit
Riddle,
match.
and then the Octagon Fight Pit, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
the cage.
Okay. Hopefully, Liv loses this time.
Against it's a 1-on-1, right? It's not a triple threat, nothing. It's her and
it's Extreme Rules
and Ronda.
I believe.
Yeah, it's Extreme Rules because Ronda won the match, right, to make her number one contender.
Yeah,
I think they'll give it to her. It wasn't a satisfying run with the title.
Unless Shayna comes
and a banana.
Does something to Ronda to lose, but I don't see that happening.
Well, no, the only reason if Ronda's gonna win it, this is because then I want Shayna versus Ronda after this. Just fucking.
I know it's almost 2 years you've been telling me this.
I know, man. Come on.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see a heel turn here for Liv, because now Ronda's kind of a face.
She's the Ken Shamrock.
She's walking the line of the anti-hero, right? The Stone Colds and by being what do you even call that? She's definitely a face because of the reaction and the booking that she gets, but she's that Stone Cold face where it's that rebel baby faces. That would be
Stone Cold, very very precious name.
No. I'm not comparing her to Stone Cold as popularity. I'm saying to the way he was a face.
You're saying like the neutral face, just kind of very do whatever the fuck you want, kind of thing. I'm a badass, but whatever.
The whole anti-hero, thing,
Yeah. John Moxley, even if you want, John Moxley.
All of John.
What the fuck was that?
All of John's favorite wrestlers. That's it. We really I think Alexa was just in this match to further the storyline between Bailey and Bianca, but we also got the flickering during this match. So
923. Are we going to see the debut, or are we going to just see another clue?
No, I think we're going to see the debut.
Yeah, they don't want to let people down that much. It might be
tomorrow.
Yeah, it's on SmackDown. Shit.
Interesting.
So tomorrow we should be seeing who they were talking about. Now I know we're all expecting Bray Wyatt.
I don't
Hope
know,
it's
to be
not a
honest,
swerve.
I have no idea.
It's too much. It's too many signs and hints pointing to that. I don't know.
What if What if it's Adam Rose?
Oh yeah,
What?
It's definitely because of the rabbit, but no, but no. That would.
Oh my god!
I don't even think Adam Rose even looks still the same.
No, he doesn't. He's
Yeah.
built and like.
So no, I don't.
It's just a joke.
I don't think. I don't
hope
think
so.
No, I've seen. I've seen.
So
I've
we
seen
had
people.
a fantasy booking on that.
Did
Right?
you?
On Tuesday. If you can't pick Bray Wyatt or Karrion Kross, who do you think it is? Who's going to show up tomorrow night on SmackDown?
Well, like I said before, if it's not them and it's a swerve, I think they're gonna go with Joe Gacy.
Yeah, but
Does he have any kind of rabbit kind of
He owns
thing
a
with
rabbit.
him? He what?
He owns a rabbit.
He owns a rabbit.
But he's not that big. He's not that big of a name to be.
I know.
Oh, I mean, it's just
But I
to,
feel
just
like
to
if it's a
debut a new
swerve.
character, though.
Yeah, I feel like if it's the swerve, then that would be a guy to make him like put a lot of eyes, and then have him come out. Like, who the fuck's this guy? Might create a lot of heat though for him. It might be a rough start. It might make him start underneath the starting
What
point
if?
there.
What if it's a female?
Okay, who?
I have no idea. I'm just saying. What if it's a female?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
It could be because we don't know. This thing has happened in different, like during Alexa match. Then those QR codes. We don't really know. There's not really against somebody. It's not happening always all the time when somebody's in the ring, where a certain specific person is in the ring. So it could be. It could be anybody.
Randy Rhodes.
Who? Brandy Rhodes?
Oh,
Brandy
I-
Rhodes. Oh
I
God.
don't know.
That's not
I mean, that's a possibility.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. If I was to pick, I would say Bray Wyatt. But what's making me doubt
let's
is the obviousness of everything that they've been showing. The hints.
Yeah, and if you're doing it that way and you want to do a swerve, it has to be someone as big as Bray Wyatt. I almost feel like.
Cross was in the Lucha Underground,
Right, he was the White Rabbit, part of the White Rabbit group
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck it was called.
so it also could be that.
The
No,
leader.
but there's been rumors. That's why I'm saying that that's why I said before the human version of the Firefly Funhouse would be Karrion Kross as White Rabbit, Alexa as
What
Sister
if
Abigail
it's
or whatever.
What if
Lily,
it's
and
Redbeard,
Redbeard as the other one. What was the other character in Firefly Funhouse?
the goat
Was it the goat?
or sheep?
It was one of those because I know there was the rabbit, there was the lily, and there was
Maybe
the
it's
other one there.
Redbeard. Maybe it's Redbeard.
Well, no, I don't think it's Redbeard alone
No.
because I don't think he carries that
Yeah.
weight to have all this.
He couldn't, yeah.
To have all this, it would be very hard on him. People would be disappointed and probably get some bad heat there. So it has to be. I think I agree with Justin here. It has to be somebody big.
It has to be Bray Wyatt worthy.
Yeah.
You know what I
Has to
mean?
be
Someone
Bray
as
Wyatt
big
worthy.
as him, someone as cryptic, perhaps as him. Because the problem too is it's shit. I was just thinking, what if it's Nikki Cross? We saw that she was getting rid of her whole gimmick with the cape.
Mhm.
She was partners with Alexa Bliss, not while she was the Insanity Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
That just thought of that. Now that could very well be a thing. It's just, again, I don't know. I don't know if it could be Nikki Cross alone. Who else was Insanity in NXT? Eric
Eric
Young
Young?
isn't there.
He's in TNA, back in TNA,
Wolf
and
Wolf
Killian.
Cross. Killian Cross.
His name.
Yeah.
Dane, Killian Dane.
Killian
I
Dane,
think
yes.
his name was
But him,
Was it-
he's also in.
Impact.
He signed in Impact or New Japan.
Wasn't there?
Oh, shit, New Japan, I think.
There was Wolf,
Who's Wolf?
the blonde.
Wait a second. I think you might be right here. The guy that went later on went with Imperium, which is now Guido, no, or whatever his name is.
Wolfe. Wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I remember being a fourth member there. I think you're right.
I just don't know why she would show up on SmackDown, unless it's just another clue. And she ends up showing up on Raw. But I don't know. There's no story with Alexa going on either, So, but yeah, I'll say mine is Nikki Cross, because we see that was throwing away her cape and whatnot, and no one would be expecting a female. She's not as big as Bray, but yeah.
But people would enjoy seeing Cross back instead of the ASH. So
maybe it
might not create heat for her. What'd you say, John?
Maybe it's a faction. I don't know.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be. I think this obviously it's a ploy to get as many eyes on SmackDown as possible.
Right.
But you have to tread carefully here. It has to be done well. I think Cross can work because people are fed up of the superhero character, so they would be happy with seeing Nikki Cross back. But I feel like it has to be Bray Wyatt because people are expecting it and they will be disappointed. If not, I don't know if that's where you want to go.
If it's Bray, would you bring him back on SmackDown or would you bring him back on a pay-per-view?
Yeah, on a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Because don't forget, pay-per-views, I don't know. I think you want to get the ratings for this 923. That's why you announced it like that. So you want to boost. You want to boost on the ratings. And pay-per-views are not really. That's what we're not sure yet. We didn't clarify this from last week. If there's still pay-per-view buys for WWE, or
well, there is. We did clarify it.
Oh,
there
we did.
is
okay.
technically.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because I mentioned that my provider still
Offers
shows
it.
you can buy the.
Okay.
And I'm assuming we're gonna see him at the end of the show. That way, we have more eyes in the end and less eyes on Grand Slam in the beginning.
Yes, are they? So they're running. Okay, so they're running right after. They're running 10 to 12 Rampage, right?
Right.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it could be.
I thought they would have started earlier or something.
No, 10 to 12. Like really, you can do like 8 to 10.
Like you mean?
Well, then they'd be competing
SmackDown
right against SmackDown. Yeah.
Well, I don't know, 9 to 11.
I think that's why they don't want to overlap with SmackDown, because SmackDown is on the network channel, where Rampage is on cable, so it's more accessible than. But I don't know. Yeah, I think we still.
Well, I mean, Rampage kind of fucks himself over anyways with there being spoilers too.
Like,
so they already lose a lot of people, and there's no point facing off against SmackDown when it's not a live show.
They have to change that time slot.
They're not going to change it just to please Big Red. Okay.
No.
There's got to be a better reason.
But just like
I don't know, they just won't do it. They won't.
Just like WTN reported this week.
That's us.
Shameless plug. The 417,000 ratings for last week's Rampage. So,
right.
That's weak. That's weak. We're losing. We had for a bit we were stabilizing at around 600, 550, 600,000, and now we're going down. And there's not really. And then soon you're gonna have baseball playoffs competing with Rampage.
No, they're on TBS.
Oh, that's right. So it's competing with Dynamite more. Yeah,
but exactly. But is it the Braves on TBS?
Yeah. Well, no. The Braves during the season play on TBS, but the playoff rights TBS has a certain amount of them. So a lot of playoff games are there on TBS. So, and just to clarify, the Raw ratings went down to 1.5.
AEW's ratings went down.
Yeah. But to WWE's defense, you had two Monday night games at the same time. So you had one that started at 7:30, and the other one that started at 8:30. So you had two NFL games going on at the same time as Raw. So
no one beats Monday Night Football. I'm sorry.
No, And I think
it's a big thing there.
Yeah. So when they do it, when it's only one, they hit the 1-6, 1-7. But now you had 2 games on ABC and ESPN. So I could see where they lost a couple hundred thousand views there. So I think Monday we should get back to the 1.7, 1.75.
And we have
but Rampage tomorrow absolutely has to be in the 6 or over. 600,000 or over.
Well, I thought Dynamite would have been higher than last week's, but that also was lower given the match card that they did have.
Yeah, true.
The crazy promotion in New York. I can never say the stadium name. Arthur Ashe.
Arthur Ashe. What the fuck is wrong with you?
See? Arthur Ashe. White hot.
Arthur Ashe. My bad.
It's just a bad rash.
It's a bad rash.
Had a rash.
You fucked me over with the whole I'm like a bad rash before. What the fuck?
Had a rash with a bad rash.
It's not only one of the most popular stadiums in sports, Arthur Ashe Stadium, and it's Adarash.
But it does look great. It does look great. I really love the look of having a wrestling in a small venue. Well, it's not a small venue. It's a huge
it's the way it goes up.
Yeah.
And,
with the lighting,
I really like that ramp. That was a cool ramp too, and all that.
Yeah,
just to change the subject fast.
Hurry up!
Hurry up! One job.
Today makes 14 years since the Big Boss Man has passed.
Oh, our rest in peace, Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
Good.
14 years. Time fucking flies. Jesus Christ.
What a way to put a sour note to the end of the show.
I just saw it. I follow Terry Reynolds.
Oh, okay.
Also, there's a new MJF promo tonight at 9. He's going to be on Barstool Sports. So if you guys want to see that, it's on YouTube.
On the wrestling podcast?
The wrestling podcast.
WRASSLIN.
And we have to have a beer soon with us 4, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
You keep wanting to meet up, huh? Wait till Mexico is over, and then we'll talk.
You guys really want to go on a crazy adventure, don't you?
Live on the show?
No, in person.
I
don't want to fucking be it. It's been a while. I've been away from Justin. I don't want to see him.
I don't think Justin wants to see us. Period. First it's COVID. I live too far. Now I'm going to Mexico.
You do live too far. Well, I have to go to Mexico.
You go to Mexico. You gotta go harass those poor Mexican people. Jesus.
Vamos, let's go, baby. It's fucking raining though.
They can't handle JLB.
They can't handle me, man. Forget about it. Forget about it.
I'm
still procrastinating over my packing here, though. I feel like I packed too much. Now I gotta.
He's gonna fight. He's not gonna know where he's going. He's gonna wander off in the wrong part of town.
You're going to Saudi Arabia after. You're gonna see.
I'm in a resort. I'll be fine.
He's gonna end up at the San Diego border in Tijuana. He's not gonna know what the fuck he's doing.
It's either a beer or I'll go to Jeff's house to watch the next pay-per-view.
Oh Jesus! Look at him just inviting himself over. No, maybe we'll link up for Extreme Rules. It's possible if everyone's free, not working.
Is it on a Saturday or on a Sunday?
I think it's on a Sunday, right?
If it's on a Saturday,
it's October 8th.
I don't work at night. October 8th?
It's on a Sunday. You work?
No, Extreme Rules is October 8th.
Yeah, that's what he.
That's what
he Saturday.
Said. What's wrong with you?
You said no. You said Extreme Rules. Sorry. Sorry.
I think we're all tired.
It's a Saturday.
Nice. So if it's a Saturday, I can do it. If it's a Saturday, I can do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so we'll talk about it. Bring us home, JLB.
Boom. So that is, I feel like we missed some stuff, but whatever. For the stuff that we missed, you will definitely see it on all our social medias. Thank you guys for watching. A lot of news to get to. We obviously will keep you posted at WTN Wrestling, unless you're going on Twitch. WTN_Wrestling Talk Now is where you can follow us. Links will be down below in the doobly-doos. And my stuff is there as well. twitch.tv/JLBTLC25. Real Talk Radio is the brand. Anchor.fm/RTR. And of course, you could always follow my fellow compadres. We'll start first with the crazy one. Kid Crazy, where can they follow you, good sir?
You can find me on Facebook at Michael Costa, on Twitter at Saltita_Costa. And for everything wrestling, just hook me up right here on WTN Wrestling Talk Now.
Hey. And then, of course, they can always follow Jeff, but only on social media.
Please.
Which is where we're at. You got a Twitch, you got a Twitter. What's going on, good sir?
You can follow. Unfortunately, my links aren't in the doobly-doo, so I apologize in advance. But you can follow. No,
make it happen.
You can follow me at JT9783 on Twitter and Jeff_9783 on Twitch.
Hey, and of course, you can follow the guy that hates the Miz and also hates Logan Paul, as well as everything Crown Jewel. You can follow Big Red at
Instagram at 7819 Big Red _7819 or on WTN.
Or at ZZZ, because it seems like every time we're about to do the outro, he is asleep. He is asleep. But it's fine. He's a hardworking individual, so
I try.
Works hard, plays hard, and it is what it is. Thank you, everyone, for watching, from the Ambrosias of the world to the Cows of the world to the CCs of the world. Thank you guys for supporting. And please feel free to reach out to any of us at WTN Wrestling on all socials. We're friendly, and look out for more stuff. What's going on with Paige, a.k.a. Soraya, and everything else. Follow us there, and we will see you next week. I won't. I'll be in Mexico, but they will see you next week on Thursday as we run it down all over again. So until next time, ciao for now.